Hi everyone, John here again from TechTV101.com, and here we have the HTC ChaCha, one of two HTC phones to have some seriously integrated Facebook features. As you can see, one of the big selling points of this phone is its Facebook button, but more on that later. We'll do what we usually do with our physical layout of the phone. So as you can see, we've got our little 2.6 inch screen up here on the top. We've got our touch sensitive buttons, we've got home, menu, back and search. We've got our answer key, hang up key, full QWERTY keyboard with navigation buttons. As I said, the Facebook button here. So on the right hand side we have nothing, so if we look on the back, there's our speaker grill. We've got our 5 megapixel camera with one LED flash there as opposed to two. We've got our little microphone ports, our little holes here for noise cancellation. On the left hand side here we've got our volume rocker, the micro USB charging port, nothing on the bottom, and then on the top our 3.5mm jack and our unlock button. So now we just go into the phone. As you can see, it's got the ring feature of HTC Sense 3.0, but this isn't actually a HTC Sense 3.0 phone, but it's got this nice little ring feature which does give you the option of also dragging down your music or your emails or whatever you have on your lock screen. I have it on airplane mode at the moment, but you can drag down different applications to the lock ring to unlock them like you would on the Sense 3.0 phone. So here we have the home screen of the ChaCha. As you can see, it's quite a different layout as you'd expect from HTC phones, but that again is down to the 2.6 inch screen. Along the side we've got our different applications as usual. We've got our kind of synonymous HTC clicker wheel clock, which is still nice, and I always choose to have it on my home screen because it just is a nice little feature that I use all the time. We've got our pull down, as you can see, notification bar as usual in HTC Sense, and if we can swipe left to right, as you can see, it's only got actually 4 windows which you can fill with different things. So I've just filled them up with different stuff, as you can see. The keyboard obviously is one of the big features of the phone. It's the full QWERTY keyboard, and from reading different stuff around the internet, I feel that a lot of people are liking this QWERTY keyboard, and to be completely honest with you, I like this keyboard too, because I have tried this phone out for the last couple of days now. I used to use a HTC Sensation, and as you can guess, it's quite a big step down to go from the 4.3 inch QHD screen down to this little itty bitty screen and a full QWERTY keyboard. But I have to say I was pleasantly surprised using the phone with its full QWERTY kind of keyboard that you do kind of use back and over. We've got our, and which you don't usually see it nowadays in all these touchscreen phones, we've got our hang up and our answer key, which is quite cool to have physical buttons like that. And for texting and typing, I must admit my fingers may be slightly on the large side, so a couple of double presses, but nothing ridiculously out of the ordinary. As you can see, this Facebook button down here is quite a big feature of the phone. So if I just press it now, it'll automatically go straight to my status update, so I can Facebook about all I want when I want immediately. If I just hold down the Facebook button, then it'll jump straight into Facebook locations, but unfortunately I don't have the Wi-Fi set on now. But when you do, it'll bring up all the local locations that you can check in at. And also then if you're listening to your music, whatever I have on, Snow Patrol, if you hold down the Facebook button, sorry, if you just press, I'll go back there. If you press the Facebook button on your music, it'll tell you, it'll post straight to your wall what are you listening to Snow Patrol. So that's kind of a cool little feature. People may get fed up of your constant status updates, but it's not too bad. I like it's handy to jump from anywhere in the phone straight into the Facebook app. So we've got a 5 megapixel camera which takes nice photos. It's nothing nothing amazingly beautiful, but it does the job. It gets the job done. But the screen obviously still is quite a hindrance in relation to just kind of, you don't know whether to hold it landscape or whether to hold it portrait or which way. But if you need to take one photo, it'll get it done. It's also, as you can see just there, it's got face recognition. It's picking up our friend on the laptop, so that's a cool little feature we've got there. It is a multi-touch touchscreen. For the size of it, that's quite impressive. So if I just pop the Wi-Fi on, and we just pop into maps, hopefully we might get some maps up, and I can show you the multi-touch. So as you can see, we can kick down the map, we can zoom in, zoom around, spin around, see all the 3D buildings. So slightly strange feeling doing it on such a small screen as opposed to my usual HTC Sensation, but still a nice feature to have added nonetheless. So at first glance it may look like a glorified or a very fancy looking calculator, and I can't disagree with that kind of resemblance either, but with more and more use of the phone, it actually is, it's a really nice phone to use. The camera is decent, the screen is nice, and it's a touch screen also with multi-touch. It's quite responsive. It's only got it's got an 800 megahertz processor. It's only a single core obviously as well. It's running Android 2.3, and it's also got this little VGA camera here on the front, so if you want to do a little video calls as well, so that's quite handy to have as well. So yeah, at the end of the day, not as bad as I thought, to be completely honest. A nice little phone, and for people that are kind of on the search for an Android kind of BlackBerry / hybrid, this could be the one to look out for, with a nice responsive QWERTY keyboard. Screen maybe a small bit on the small side, but still a good phone nonetheless. So there it is, the HTC ChaCha.